There was no advance notice to suggest what was about to unfold. No preliminary signal, no orchestrated build-up through official channels. Yet in the hours following a single release, the digital landscape across one of the world's most tightly controlled music ecosystems began to shift with unusual velocity. What emerged was not merely a new track entering circulation, but a cascade of reactions that transcended typical patterns of international music reception. The event in question did not announce itself through spectacle, but through the quiet accumulation of data, behavior, and cultural resonance, indicators that, when examined collectively, point to something far beyond momentary attention. The release involved a collaboration between a Filipino vocal ensemble with a documented trajectory of regional expansion and a figure long established as a defining presence in Chinese popular music. Their joint effort, titled Emoji, did not follow the conventional arc of cross-border partnerships. Instead of a gradual introduction through curated playlists or promotional features, the track entered the public sphere with immediate force. On a major social media platform widely used across mainland China, user activity related to the song surged within hours of availability. Hashtags referencing the title, the artists, and associated visual content began trending not through paid amplification, but through organic dissemination. Clips extracted from the accompanying music video, fan-produced translations, and performance-based edits circulated rapidly, indicating a level of engagement that extended beyond passive listening. This momentum was not confined to a single digital environment. On another platform known for shaping youth-driven trends and lifestyle discourse, Emoji became a focal point of international music conversation. Short-form content analyzing visual elements of the video, breakdowns of styling choices, and early attempts at replicating choreography began to appear with increasing frequency. The discussion moved beyond audio consumption into broader cultural interpretation, suggesting the release had triggered more than a musical response. It had initiated a moment of shared experience across linguistic and geographic boundaries. Numerical data from one of China's primary music streaming services further underscores the significance of the event. Emoji entered the platform's top 50 chart index, a tier typically populated by domestic artists with established fan infrastructures or global acts backed by extensive local marketing campaigns. Access to this space for foreign collaborators, particularly those without prior deep penetration into the market, is exceptionally limited. The barriers are structural. Algorithmic prioritization of local content, entrenched listener habits, and the dominance of homegrown talent with multi-platform reach. Yet the track not only secured placement, but demonstrated sustained engagement metrics. Replay rates, sharing activity, and ongoing user interaction suggest the song was not merely sampled, but actively integrated into listening routines. This pattern aligns with what analysts identify as early indicators of viral longevity rather than transient visibility. An examination of the work itself reveals multiple layers contributing to its reception. Conceptually, the song addresses themes rooted in contemporary digital life, emotional expression through mediated communication, the construction of online identities, and the dissonance between internal states and public presentation. These are not niche concerns, but widely shared experiences in an era defined by constant connectivity. The lyrical framework taps into a universal vocabulary of modern interaction, making the content accessible across cultural contexts without relying on localized references. Musically, the composition integrates elements from several genres, pop structures, electronic instrumentation, and subtle rhythmic nuances associated with R&B, without privileging any single tradition. The production maintains a high level of polish while preserving emotional depth, resulting in a sound that feels both contemporary and globally oriented. It does not attempt to conform to the sonic expectations of a specific market, nor does it overcompensate with exaggerated international signifiers. Instead, it occupies a space of stylistic neutrality that allows for broad adaptability. Vocal performance plays a central role in the track's impact. The Filipino group delivers with the precision and harmonic cohesion that has characterized their previous work, each member contributing distinct tonal qualities that create dynamic contrast throughout the arrangement. Their delivery balances technical control with expressive intent, ensuring emotional resonance without sacrificing clarity. The addition of the Chinese artist introduces a vocal texture that complements rather than competes, smooth, assured, and imbued with a presence shaped by decades of industry experience. Her contribution is not peripheral. It functions as a stabilizing force that elevates the overall cohesion of the piece. The chorus, in particular, exhibits the structural qualities associated with high memorability, repetitive without being reductive, melodic without being ornate. It is the kind of musical phrase that embeds itself after minimal exposure, a hallmark of songs that achieve widespread organic spread. The visual component of the release further amplifies its impact. The music video operates as more than a promotional accessory. It functions as a narrative extension of the song's themes. Its aesthetic is rooted in digital symbolism, neon palettes, glitch-inspired transitions, and environments that evoke the interior logic of electronic communication. The imagery constructs a world that feels simultaneously artificial and emotionally authentic, mirroring the song's exploration of mediated feeling. Styling choices within the video have drawn particular attention, especially those associated with the Filipino group. Their outfits are futuristic in orientation, carefully calibrated to reflect individuality while maintaining collective cohesion. Each look appears to correspond to a different facet of identity or emotional expression, reinforcing the song's conceptual framework. The Chinese artist's presence is marked by a different kind of visual language, elegant yet assertive, with styling that conveys authority without overshadowing the collaborative nature of the project. Every frame appears deliberate, contributing to a visual rhythm that aligns with the music's pacing. Choreography is another critical element. The movement sequences are sharp, intentional, and tightly synchronized with the beat, demonstrating a high degree of technical discipline. More significantly, the dance has already begun to inspire user-generated challenges on social platforms, indicating that the physical dimension of the work is being actively reproduced and reinterpreted. This shift from passive consumption to active participation marks a transition from song to experience, a key factor in sustained cultural relevance. The involvement of the Chinese artist carries additional weight due to her standing within the regional music landscape. Her career spans multiple decades, during which she has consistently redefined her artistic identity while maintaining commercial and critical success. She is recognized not only for chart performance, but for her influence on broader cultural conversations around self-expression and artistic autonomy. Her body of work includes numerous award-winning albums and performances that have shaped the evolution of Chinese pop music. Beyond music, she has been associated with initiatives that challenge industry norms and advocate for creative freedom. Given this context, her decision to collaborate with the Filipino group is not incidental. It reflects a calculated alignment, one that signals recognition of cross-regional artistic potential rather than opportunistic pairing. Following the release, she issued a public statement directed at the group. The message was not a routine endorsement, but a substantive acknowledgement of their artistic qualities. She highlighted their dedication, professional discipline, and ability to forge connections across cultural divides. The tone was not performative. It carried the weight of validation from someone with deep institutional knowledge. For observers across Asia, the statement resonated as more than polite commentary. It was interpreted as a symbolic transfer of legitimacy from one generation of artists to another. The respect conveyed was palpable, rooted not in speculation but in observed excellence. For the Filipino ensemble, this moment represents the culmination of a multi-year expansion strategy. Their journey began with domestic success in the Philippines, followed by gradual recognition across Southeast Asia and beyond. Each phase of their development has been marked by a focus on craft, consistency, and controlled growth. Now, their entry into one of the most competitive and insular music markets in the world is not occurring through quiet infiltration, but through a high-impact event that has drawn widespread attention. The broader implications extend beyond individual careers. This collaboration exemplifies a growing trend of Asian artists engaging in direct, creative partnerships across national borders, bypassing traditional gatekeepers and establishing peer-to-peer networks. Fan communities, too, are demonstrating an increasing capacity to connect across languages and platforms, facilitating the rapid spread of content without reliance on centralized promotion. Music, in this context, is functioning less as a regional product and more as a truly global medium. The Filipino group finds itself positioned at the center of this shift, not as a passive beneficiary, but as an active participant in reshaping industry dynamics. The central question remains unresolved: whether Emoji constitutes a singular viral phenomenon or marks the beginning of sustained integration into the Chinese mainstream. The evidence available suggests more than fleeting attention. Chart performance, social engagement, cultural interpretation, and high-level industry acknowledgement all point to a deeper level of resonance. If current trajectories continue, this moment may be viewed retrospectively as a turning point, not because of the noise it generated, but because of the foundations it laid. Audience response will ultimately determine the long-term significance of the release. Did the song earn its widespread visibility through artistic merit and cultural relevance? And should this model of collaboration be expanded as a pathway for further international engagement? These are not speculative questions, but necessary evaluations as the music industry continues to evolve in response to changing consumption patterns and cross-border creative exchange. The story of Emoji is still unfolding. Its full impact may not be apparent for months, as initial reactions settle into lasting patterns of behavior and industry response. What is clear, however, is that the release has altered the conversation, not through exaggeration or hype, but through a series of measurable, observable developments that demand serious analysis. This is not the conclusion of a journey, but a significant marker along the way. And as new opportunities emerge from this moment, the focus will shift from what has already happened to what comes next.